it's Lexi, and today I will be doing a spoiler-free review of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I'm sure all of you know, but this is kind of like the prequel to the Harry Potter series, and it follows the story of a character that we were kind of introduced to briefly in the Harry Potter series, just because of the textbook that he wrote, and it is, I never get his last name right, but it is Newt Scamander. There we go. And he was he wrote the textbook Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which was mentioned kind of in the Harry Potter series that is used. And so he is off to this is during the time where kind of the Grindelwald was the Voldemort at this time. So there's a lot of unrest within the wizarding world, and so Newt is going off to America in 1926, and he is, we don't know why he's going there, but he kind of stumbles upon these few characters and becomes friends, and all this stuff happens, and the beasts that he's carrying in his suitcase kind of get run rampant around New York, and he has to go and collect them all. So I really was excited for this movie to come out. I was reading like an article on BuzzFeed on how like everything with like the election and how like these movies, specifically the Fantastic Beasts and the Mona, in terms of timing, like the Disney movie, how they'll be used as kind of like a getaway from everything that's kind of happening, particularly in America right now. So I thought it was interesting. So I was really excited to kind of see, I've been in a very Harry Potter mood recently, so yeah, I was really excited about everything. So yeah, so I tried not to read much into like the plot. I wanted to kind of go into this blind, and so I wasn't really sure what to expect with kind of everything, especially because J.K. Rowling wrote the screenplay. Like, I was pretty excited. I had high expectations for this film, and it did not let me down. I was super excited. So I saw it the Friday that it came out on the 18th. My friends drove me. We decided to go together, and they drove me because I can't drive because of my whole knee thing. So yeah, they were kind enough to drive me, so I tagged along, and I don't know. They had the regular version, the 3D version, and the IMAX version. We did the regular one, but this was like the biggest regular theater I've been in, because I've been used to like small town movie theaters that are like really tiny. But I don't know if it was like the screen, because the screen was kind of curved around the edges, so my eyes were having a hard time adjusting. So I don't know. My parents, when I come home for Thanksgiving, want to see it with my brother, so I'll be seeing it again a second time. So hopefully that will be, I felt like I was cross-eyed for a lot of it. But yeah, I think I really like kind of the characters that we were introduced to, like Newt, which you already probably know about, and then Tina, who is an ex-Aura for the, what is it? The Magical Congress of the United States of America, or MACUSA, which is like the Ministry of Magic equivalent in America. And she kind of crosses paths with Newt. She kind of witnesses these beasts kind of being let loose, and she kind of gets kind of thrust into this situation and trying to find everything. Queenie, who is Tina's sister, who also has these powers where she can read people's minds, which I thought was really interesting, because we didn't really get to see that in Harry Potter. And then also Jacob, who is a nomad, which is the American equivalent of a muggle. So he was really funny. I really like that, and he kind of gets thrown into this mix as well. So I really liked how it took place in New York in the 1920s. Like, that's probably one of my favorite eras, like in terms of reading about or like watching. It's like, it's either 1920s or like 1939 to 1945, especially like World War II. So I thought this was a really interesting kind of time frame to see New York, and just kind of the pre-wizarding world than what we're typically used to. And it does play off kind of America's history in terms of how like the witches, like the Salem witch trials, it kind of plays off of that. So they are another kind of subplot in this movie is this woman is kind of determined to kind of like get rid of all the witches. Like, there's witches among us, like we have to get rid of them and all that. So it was really interesting to see that, and how they ask him like the difference between like American like witches, like their kind of things, and like the English version. So yeah, they're saying like kind of there's like a backwards like mindset in terms of like how it's kind of frowned upon in America for a witch to marry, like a wizard to marry someone who's a muggle and all that. So I thought that was interesting to see, and I really liked how Newt, they kind of show like he's very socially awkward, like he won't look people in the eye, and I liked how once he kind of comes familiar with these people that he kind of gets better at that, or how he doesn't have like the awkwardness or shyness when he's around his like creatures and all that. So I thought that was really neat. We're kind of introduced to a new form of dark magic this time around. I forget what it's called, it was some obscure name, but I did find it a little bit confusing on how it was presented. I know they reference it a few times, but I still can't get it. So I'm currently reading the screenplay right now. Like, can we just talk? So I'm I'm currently reading a screenplay right now, so I'm hoping that will kind of clarify it, because I don't know if it was just like, I don't know, I wasn't getting it at the time, so I'm hoping like this where I can actually kind of get it, and I'm going to be seeing it again this week. So again with my parents, so I'm hoping by then I'll kind of understand. But like, can we just take a moment to appreciate like how beautiful this book is? Like, I love this design here, and then I'll show you like the actual like hardback of it. Like it has like the one character that you see in there, and then like the inside it has this, and then it has like drawings of some of the characters or the animals as well. I'm trying to see if I can find one for you, but like here's one. Like, it's really good, and it like, now I had a hard time with Harry Potter and the Cursed Child just because I'm not used to reading plays, but I think now because I saw the movie first and now I'm reading it so I can like visualize it. So I actually would recommend seeing the movie first before reading this, just because, I don't know, usually I'm about like read the book first, but for this one, watch the movie, then read the screenplay. But yeah, so the dark magic in there is a little bit confusing, so that's why I said I need to revisit that. So I did find that part a bit obscure, and just, I don't know if it probably was explained well, I just wasn't grasping it. But yeah, and I liked how the characters in particular were very different from the characters like the trio in Harry Potter. Like, there wasn't very many crossovers. And there's like an equal amount of boys and girls, so like I liked how they were unique, and they're not really like what we saw with other Harry Potter characters. So I really enjoyed that, and I liked how it kind of touched on Grindelwald and kind of like the havoc that he was causing within like the wizarding world during this time, because it is touched upon throughout like the Harry Potter series, especially in like the Deathly Hallows, regarding like Dumbledore and his relationship with him. So it was interesting to kind of see that, because it was a history that obviously played a big impact in the wizarding world, but we weren't really kind of introduced to it. So I thought that was really neat to kind of see and kind of get that kind of side of the story. Yeah, so I needed to brush up on kind of that history too. So yeah, but it was really good. I liked how they had like a big twist at the end, and the ending in particular, I liked how it was kind of a closed ending, but it felt like a good conclusion to the first one. But you can see how things are going to play a trick later on, and it was supposed to be a trilogy, now it's going to be 5 movies. So yeah, you can see like how this is like a good foundation for much more greater things to build. So I'm really excited to see like how these characters interact, like where do they go from here, like everything that's going on. And I really liked the wizarding world and like the characters, especially because it took place in America, and just how their culture is different and all that, but especially the characters in terms of like the creatures. Some of them are really unique. They like just like how J.K. Rowling came up with this, because it's not something that a lot of the creatures that we saw in there are not really what we typically see in like mythology and all that. They were really unique, and they had personalities too. Like there was a lot of humor kind of thrown into this as well. It was a really good feel-good movie, I'll say. Like it was a good distraction from like everything that's kind of going on in the world right now. And Percival Graves, who you've probably seen from the trailers, he's kind of the bad guy in it, like from the trailers. It was interesting to kind of see like his role. That's why I said like I think like his role was confusing, especially because he kind of has a tie-in with someone who's a kid to the person who runs like the anti-witch Salem type thing. So that part was confusing. Like I said, maybe the screenplay I'll understand it better, but yeah, I really liked it, and just kind of the American ministry and how they had a Madam President. That was really sweet to kind of see and all that. So yeah, overall I thought this movie was a really good start to this series. I'm really excited to see it again, actually, because my parents are going to be taking me and my brother because they want to see it. So I'm excited to kind of see it again and kind of pinpoint stuff that I didn't catch the first time. So that's why I said like this screenplay actually goes by really quickly. Like I read for like maybe an hour and it's 76 pages in, so I'm probably gonna finish this today actually. So yeah, like then I'll have like a better grasp of everything going on. But I really liked it. It was a good start. I love the characters. The acting was really good, and it was a very good yeah, that's the bell, so I'll let that finish. Okay, sorry, that was the clock. Nope, one more ding. It's annoying because it wakes me up in the morning, and at lunchtime during like the weekend, like it'll play for like 10 minutes for when it's noon. So sorry about that. But yeah, like I was saying, like it was very good. I loved kind of like the visual effects were really good. The acting was really good. I fell in love with all like the main characters in it, and just kind of this world that we never really got, like this side of the world we weren't really like shown in Harry Potter. Yeah, so I will give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. I think just like maybe when I see it again, I'll probably give it 5 stars because I gave it like 4.5 because I was a little confused about some of the stuff going on, especially like the dark magic and kind of all the other stuff. But yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend you go check it out. It was not a disappointment. If you are a diehard Harry Potter fan, you will not be disappointed, especially if you were kind of upset about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Like this will be like, this makes up for the horrible disaster that was the Cursed Child. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you felt about that movie, because I'm really excited. I loved it. I can't wait. It sucks that we have to wait like 2 more years for the next one to come out, but I don't know. I'm ready to get it pre-ordered. Like I'm really excited. I loved it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!